Mount Arcadia rose like a titan's fist from the center of the Jade Sea, punching through the clouds to reach for the stars. The enormous mountain was composed of 7 ringed plateaus that served to stratify the Imperial city built into it. On the topmost plateau of the mountain, beyond sight of mortals, stood the fabled Celestial Palace, home of the Imperial Pantheon. The plateaus below the clouds were studded with gravity-defying spires that glowed with magic, growing more and more packed and less impressive the further down the mountain they went, until the city reached sea level. There, it continued to spread outward like tenacious mold, with densely packed buildings crawling over the water and each other. The ramshackle hive impressive in its audacity, given the basic building materials and lack of magical construction to safeguard its inhabitants. Bastards, Shaya Amin muttered as she glared at the distant heights of the Empire. The inhumanly tall, horned girl stood alongside her younger brother upon a dilapidated wooden roof in the ever-growing slum district known as the Blight. The impossible heights of Mount Arcadia were limned in faint silver as they blocked the moon, but the slums were still faintly illuminated from the magical light bleeding down from the upper districts, the territorial color codes of the nobles above turning into a bruised riot of light down below. The Blight's permanent stench of rotting fish clung to everything, like a drunken lover. Damp wood groaned as Shaya crouched, doing her best to ensure her long, lanky limbs didn't stick out over the edge of the building. A street cat hissed at her from the opposite corner, asserting dominance over the territory and the dead snake it hunched over. She shot at a glare, and it quieted. She turned away from the cat, her own golden feline eyes scanning the streets and alleys for signs of trouble. "While I appreciate your audacity on Mom's anniversary more than the brooding it brings out in you," Relios stated from beside her, her brother's cynicism at odds with how young his voice still was. "Can we look through our hard-earned loot? My skin's still crawling from the mage's wards." "All right, Rel." Shaya sighed but didn't push back. He wasn't even 10 years old when their family was destroyed, far too young to remember how good they should have had it. They were the children of Phaedra Amun, one of the Empire's greatest heroes from the last War of Succession. Their mom was made a saint after she died in battle against a titan and its spawn, preventing it from overrunning the Archon's armies and plenty of villages too. Only Shaya carried the weight of that potential with her, the weight of what could have been. And what she still hoped to become, despite what the Empire had done to them because of their other mother.